Congratulations, Rachel. We're promoting Lisa instead of you. She's a real team player. He smirked like he enjoyed the sting. I didn't flinch, just smiled, slid the envelope across the desk, and said, "Thanks for the opportunity, boss." He didn't open it. Of course not. Men like Charles never bother reading the fine print, especially when the person handing it over isn't groveling. I turned, heels clicking like punctuation marks down the hall. Lisa was waiting outside his office, grinning. She thought she won. She had no idea she'd just inherited a time bomb. 3 months earlier, I still believed in hard work, loyalty, integrity. I stayed late, hit every metric, even mentored Lisa when she was flailing. I backed her when others said she was careless. I protected her. And she thanked me by slipping into Charles's office every other Friday and whispering in his ear about my attitude. I caught on when I noticed a change in his tone, the way he stopped looking at results and started scanning for mistakes. The questions became pointed, the meetings colder. The final clue came when I overheard Lisa laughing in the break room. She doesn't even know she's training me for her own job. I stood just outside the door. Something inside me cracked. Not loudly, not violently, quietly, like ice shifting beneath calm water. I didn't confront them. I started listening more, noticing more. Charles used a company card for dinners that weren't logged in our system. He handed out personal favors, event tickets, vendor gifts, without reporting them to compliance. Lisa? She was sloppy. One night I watched her upload a report using my login. She thought I'd left for the evening. That's when the plan began. I stayed silent. I played my part. Sweet, efficient Rachel. While behind the scenes, I collected screenshots, transaction records, calendar logs. I built a file, a quiet fortress of facts. Then I made copies of everything and had them notarized, time-stamped, and stored across 2 encrypted drives, one with my lawyer, one with HR's ethics hotline, scheduled for automatic release. But the piece de resistance? That came last. The envelope. The one I handed Charles when he told me I wasn't enough. Inside it was my formal resignation letter. Polite, professional, and stapled behind it an itemized summary of every policy violation I'd discovered. Each footnote cross-referenced to a supporting document. No threats, just facts. And one final line. I trust the company will act with the same integrity it claims to expect from its employees. By the time I reached the elevator, I knew the fuse had been lit. What followed was silent chaos. Charles didn't respond right away. He probably thought he could bury it, like everything else. But when HR received the package I'd scheduled for delivery 48 hours after my resignation, the storm hit. Internal audit, emergency compliance review, expense cards frozen, access logs pulled. Lisa's promotion? Revoked before her new email signature went live. I watched it unfold from a distance. People underestimate how powerful silence can be when you know exactly where the bodies are buried. The final confrontation wasn't loud. It wasn't public. That would have been too easy. It happened on a Friday, 3 weeks later. I was having coffee across the street from the office. Same window seat, same time I used to clock in. Charles walked in, suit wrinkled, tie undone. He froze when he saw me. I smiled. He sat down without asking. "How much do you want?" he asked. I stirred my coffee slowly. It was never about money. He looked exhausted. "You ruined us." I leaned forward, calm, steady. "No, Charles, you did that all by yourself. I just made sure the right people saw it." He left without finishing his coffee. 2 weeks later, he was gone, resigned. Lisa, too. Though word was her email login was disabled mid-meeting. Me? I started fresh, a new firm, higher pay, better ethics. But more importantly, I walked in on my own terms. Sometimes the cleanest revenge doesn't make headlines. It doesn't scream. It whispers through systems, moves in shadows, and waits for the perfect moment to reveal its face. They thought I was just another girl grateful to be invited to the table. What they didn't know, I was building the table from scratch, and I made damn sure they'd never get a seat again.